Inside my head, crashing down and filled with dread. Destruction grinding in my mind. Memories rewind and intertwine. Read, assimilate, save, assimilate, suffocate. Read, assimilate. Fragments flashing out of sync. Code corrupted, broken links. Circuit power, hard reboot. Stuck inside a never-ending loop. Assimilate, mutilate. Rage, assimilate, mutilate. Save, assimilate, suffocate. Rage, assimilate, mutilate. I'm glitching out. I'm glitching out. Movement at the mouth. I'm glitching. It's over now. Reality is loud. Chaotic sound. I'm glitching out.
New intro for the new goddamn era. Welcome to IPW Underground. It's a big old night with 6 big old matches, debuts galore, and some carnage to end the night with the Underground Championship on the line. Well, hello Edmonton, Canada. Home of the Oilers. And home of tonight's episode of IPW Underground. We're kicking it off in an extreme fashion. We've got the Hardys in town.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 461 pounds, Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys.
Making their IPW debut, it's Team Extreme. Well, we're in for a treat here. It's arguably one of the only tag teams making their name here on Underground. There are a few other teams here, but I don't think they'll have the same pedigree that Matt and Jeff Hardy have. They shall be tested. There's a bruiserweight, Peter Dunne.
First, from Birmingham, England, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne.
Pete Dunne in for this one. Hard-hitting, brutish style. That's why I guess you call him the Bruiserweight. Repping New Catch Republic. You've got to put the respect on Dunne's name. Former tag champion, former NXT UK champion as well. Overall, a phenomenal wrestler. And one of which that can rise to many occasions. Usually partnered alongside him. Well, it's a big, strong boy.
And his partner from Dudley, England, weighing in at 175 pounds, Tyler Bates.
And well, as you can see, Tyler Bate is repping New Catch Republic on the Tron. Dunne not so much, but Either way, they're both members of this British strong style collective. Both like to bring the pain here. Both interesting characters. They a lot more energetic, hyped up and ready to fight. Dunn a lot more angry, a lot more down to the earth, salt of the earth, you may say, as well. The opener ready and going. Pump kick attempted by Dunn, and well, Jeff Hardy straight away, a whisper in the wind. He's pulling out the early classics. Dunn the whip reversing what Jeff wanted to get going. We know the Hardys. If we look at the teams that could be up at Fearless, if it is the Hardys to represent IPW Underground, there's a potential for a good old-fashioned TNA clash with the Guns, as well as Team 3D. That's obviously if Team 3D qualify, as well as maybe the Guns, because there could be other stiff competition from Primetime that takes that opportunity away. As there's that signature Jeff Hardy leg drop. He goes for the cover here. Pete Dunne down. And Jeff is just dropping, throwing his body, caution to the wind. Straight into Pete Dunne here. And this is obviously the Hardys' debut here on Underground and in IPW more specifically. You think of some of the names that are on the show or in this company, you've got to put some respect on the names of, like, the Dudleys, who are former tag champions. You've got New Age Outlaws in the mix as well as the current champs. The Guns. You've then got the War Raiders also picking up form and momentum. They're more of a modern era tag team. But there are still stars and teams kind of forging and forming here in IPW as Jeff rolls away from Bates' offense. But the bait and switch comes through, and a step up in Zaguri from Tyler. Next on to Jeff, who, well, he tags out. In comes Matt Hardy. This isn't V1 or woken or broken Matt Hardy. This is modern era Matt. And he is cranking early. Sleeper hold applied. Bait able to break it. And some nice elbows just to let Matt know he's not going to pick up the win that easily. Taken up, brought down, powerbomb from Matt. It's time to climb up to the heavens, but Bates out of the picture. Double axe will connect, but Dunn goes down. And, well, the delete chance come out for only a second, because, well, Pete's forcing the whip. Matt back elbow. Cover here as well, and we're starting to see some very solid wrestling out from the Hardy Boys here. They're not giving an inch. Kick connects down south, and well, oh, Peter Dunne reversing the picture. Sends Matt to ringside, and well, Bates gonna go meet Matt and get body slammed. Dunne chopping away, shot after shot lands. Falls his man into the ropes, Irish whip comes through. Line misses, Dunne off the ropes as well, and then a big stiff clothesline. But Jeff Hardy gets involved. Cheap shot on to Pete Dunne, who's now going cheap himself. Leverage pin, not going to work out, but he has got control here over the Hardys. Dunne Not tagging just yet. Instead, a punch to Matt. Keep him trapped in the corner. But Hardy, he escapes. And he can go to work here. With a little bit of broken brilliance. Done. Puts Matt back in the corner. Keeps him trapped. Leg bang. Got to an ankle and now rolls through. Kimura locked in. Legs hooked and Matt able to make it out of that hold. Up, down, arm trapped. Back drop suplex from Dunn. Gonna get a tag out. And well, both teams make a tag. And now it's Hardy and, well, Jeff, who's going for a little twist of hate. Connecting. Spikes the head of Dunn into the shoulder. And that's a usual signature setup for a little swanton bomb, but the knees come up. Dunn fighting, Bate fighting back. Boots collide to the skull of Jeff and now takes him up top. Fireman's carry. Up, but roll through. Jeff into the cover. 1, 2, oh, but the pin's reversed. And again, Jeff now back on top. The kick out comes through from Tyler. He's back up to his feet as well. Takes waist control and, well, he's going to deliver Jeff right onto his back. Belly back suplex. And tag made. Bate realizes the danger of staying in there with the charismatic Enigma. Swinging neck breaker from Jeff, who's back on the offensive. Dunn in trouble. Able to reverse the whip. That's the first step to battling back, but Jeff fighting back out the corner. Waist control. And then a back drop from the electric chair position. Jeff, this time a little whisper in the wind. To a standing opponent, perfectly executed. We're rolling back the years. But speaking of rolling back the years, Dunn, big shot, connecting. With the knee, could be looking for a bitter ending soon. But right now, trapped up top. And he is going to be swirled into the corner. Jeff can't charge in. Instead, Dunn, Irish whip, sends Jeff Hardy into the corner. Tornado DDT out the corner, busting open Jeff Hardy. Cover here as well. Go for the 1. Charismatic Enigma, pretty fresh, pretty energetic. But he is on the receiving end of some heavy punishment here from Peter Dunn. As well as Bate, who's getting a chance to recover on the apron after that twist of hate. Jeff able to escape the corner for the first time, but no, Dunn back fighting, putting him back, hooks him up, powerbomb position, Jeff fighting out of it, punches to the skull, he gets out, the kick caught, Dunn twisting the arm, and snapping the fingers. Signature Dunn offense and a butterfly, but over the top, Jeff goes down and around, forcing the arm drag takedown. And Peter Dunn now, well, he's in a world of trouble. Like it or not, he's brushing away at Jeff Hardy here, but that's all he's doing. Brushing away. Boot caught. And now, tossed down. And the shirt's coming off. Jeff Hardy in control. He's going to allow Peter Dunn to tag out, but this is Jeff reaching his pinnacle. The place you don't want the charismatic Enigma to reach. Boot of Bate caught. Could have been looking for that Tyler driver 97, but instead, side Russian leg sweep. And, well, signature legs dropping down from Hardy. Kick down, twist of hate. Dunn down once more. And a little swanton bomb This one connects for Jeff. But something that also connects is the double axe from Dunn, breaking up the pin. But this is Jeff Hardy, my friends. He goes for the swanton again. This time the knees come up from Tyler Bate. He's up and down, head scissor takedown. And Bate, he's got Hardy in the drop zone now. Bate up top. Tyler Bate, corkscrew splash. Cover now. 1, 2, 3. What have I just witnessed? Matt didn't come in to break it up. He should have. But I don't think anyone expected that to be how this match ends. Me in particular. The corkscrew just sent on from a big strong boy. Gets the 3.
Here are your winners, the team of Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Well, that's a big victory for New Catch Republic. Hopefully they can ride that momentum to the future, but for now we've got to look at a completely different picture for Fearless. Republic. Now you get the former Prospects champion taking to your screen.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Adelaide, Australia, Zarya.
A blessing in disguise was draft week for Zarya. Obviously getting away from primetime where that mid-card championship was locked off from her as a former champion. Now she gets to challenge or go towards 2 new belts, either the Underground or Showdown championships. Zarya, as we know, potent threat, regardless of what she is challenging for. Tonight, another potent threat stands across from her. Both drafted from primetime.
And her opponent from Boynton Beach, Florida, Kalani Jordan.
Only one of them is a former champion. The other, runner-up in the entire Prospects Cup. That championship eluding Kalani. For Zarya, he got the gold and, well, got it by overcoming, I would say, some great feats. Then losing the belt to Alexa Bliss, who then lost it to Stephanie Vaquer to reach where we are now. But later tonight, obviously, in the main event, Thea Hale will be defending that championship against a mystery opponent. Whoever that is, we will have to find out as these two look ready to square off. The charge in, and Zarya lands the big boot. And this is the sort of brawl we want. Fisherman's Buster. And this is power. Freakish power from Zarya to kick this one off. Boot comes up. Kalani unloads, but bang! The shot just absorbed by Zarya. That one not so easily absorbed. Kalani connects with a backhand spring elbow. Jordan takes some control, but Zarya fights back. These two, I would say, very promising future stars of the business. Jordan shot off. Shoulder tackle. And Zarya letting her know she is here to make an impact. Standing STO. And Zarya's taking some early control here. Deadlift gut wrench up, down into the spinning BT bomb. Tries to drop the leg, but Kalani up to her feet. Stoop. Connecting. And you have to feel that both these stars want to make an impact in their underground debuts. Or in this new era of the underground. It's a deadlift up from Zarya into a power slam. She puts Jordan down. I'm going to continue to pummel, bruise and brutalize. Already tonight, a bruiser's just picked up a win. How about a second one as Zarya just pushing Kalani down to the canvas. Jordan fighting back, Hurricane Rana. Now springboard up, moonsault misses. Boots from Zarya do not. That picture perfect. She's gonna let Kalani know it. Again, Kalani opting for that handspring back elbow. It's one of her best weapons at just dislodging offense from an opponent, but this time, the dislodging forced Zarya out of the ring. And Zarya's since gone on the offensive. The offensive may just stop in a second. Never mind. Kalani's head just got introduced to the steel ring post. Or the LED ring post, I should say, is already our LED boards are feeling the hurt of the head of Kalani. It's actually glitched out our projection, our movie. Count of 6. Spear caught. Jordan stops Zarya from hitting the big shot that would have probably landed the count-out victory, but count of 8, Zarya back into the ring. Count of 9. I've got a feeling this is a count-out, folks. 10. Zarya victorious here tonight. A good debut, and probably not the most impressive way. You would have probably wanted to get the KO or the pinfall victory, but no. A dub's a dub regardless for Zarya. Statement made at least. But what's next for her? Will she be in the title hunt after Fearless, or will she represent the brand at Fearless as well? That we will have to see. Oh, this is going to be fun. The lights have dimmed. The candle's lit. All that's left is for him to rise from the ashes. The hollow grounds of hell. A former television champion. Ready for some lights out action. Alistair Black, ready to make his opponent's lights go out. And I have heard words from our general manager that this matchup is going to be a brawl. It's set for carnage. A conundrum that cannot be answered. As Aleister Black looks ready to go. Will he secure the win? That's the real question. And what is he after here on Underground? There are a lot of folks here that could be classed as main event stars. And, well, Black has got a good record against Rhodes over the years. He could potentially go and knock him out again. But that might not happen, because to get anywhere near Rhodes, you've got to go through this man.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 241 pounds, Adam Pearce.
The scrap daddy himself, Adam Pearce. Well, he's already jawing with the fans. We'll see if that scrapping is the only fight he puts up today. Or will he be the one to knock out Black? A questionable task ahead of him. Let's see how this goes. Well, the crowd behind Aleister Black for this one. Big man Lennon, your referee, is a spinning back fist out the gates. Hello, Aleister Black. Welcome to Underground. Jawbreaker to follow that shot up, and well, we're going to get a little grappling here. Probably not going to suit the kickboxing background of the Dutch star. Back elbow once again. Black escapes the corner and now ties up once again. This time he's going to force Pearce into the corner. We'll get a clean break. The answer, no. Pearce again, a dirty shot. And we tie up for a third time. And once again, for the second, it's going to be Black forcing Pearce into the corner. And again, the same outcome. Pearce, a cheap shot. Black fighting back. And, well, no more tie-ups. Instead, it's just combos. Bang! The big-time knee connecting and then a hip toss. Bit of judo out from Black as he's beginning to work over the Chicago native, Adam Pearce. Pearce now takes some control, just going to scrape at the eyes, clawing, forcing Black into an awkward position. Black able to get back up, but gets sent running off the ropes. Big stiff line from Pearce. Black takes him down. A little back and forth action here. And, well, you've got to expect this to stay that way as the combo stopped, but the springboard offense also stopped. Pearce evading the Black signature offense. Pearce back in control, using his dirty tactics to great a look here. Just choking away at Black, and now unfoils a stiff right, and well, why not try for the line? Black gonna make him pay. Stomp misses. Pearce, chop, gonna miss as well. Drop down from Black. Pop up, backdrop, and a boot to follow suit. Springboard offense, moonsault misses. Wild attempt at that. But what we do know is Black can unfoil a knockout shot in a moment, a blink of an eye. His kickboxing background, we know he's got knockout power. Pierce trying to avoid it at all costs. And so keeping Black grounded means that type of offense not going to come through. Instead, well, it's going to be a miss. The trip not going to work here for Black. He's going to fall prey. No, he's not. I tell a lie. Pierce is going to fall prey to some offense as the knee just gets crushed onto the leg of Black. Shot being called. Black puts Pierce in the corner. The scoop up, but it's a DDT escape for Pierce. He's gonna lavish having control for the moment. Black escapes the corner this time. Wastes control, but Pierce fights out of it. But that's the big knee. Black connecting. Is it lights out for Pierce? 1. No, is the answer. A slow count there from our referee. Out of position. But Black, he doesn't care that he was out of position. He's just going to make Pierce go to sleep. As everything fades to black. But lights turn on. The last possible second. Pierce still in it, but that spinning knee. Lights may be going back out. Knee drop from Black connects. And he's not done. Pierce in trouble. The combo caught again. Realizing the style that Black wants to go for. It's obviously the smartest way to counter Black is to know the game plan. Stop the combo offense in its tracks. A Des Press, the first way Pierce has kind of capitalized on Black's reversing technique, but turnbuckle pad's been removed. Pierce knows it, launching Black into it. We saw him remove it. Our referee nonchalant about it. It should be a DQ. Clearly, we're letting things go here tonight. Black knows that he has a chance now. Put the lights out once again. Ascends to the heavens. And the stomp not going to connect. Pierce, he's cocky, he's brash, and he's going to be in trouble because the taunting's costly. And Black can put the lights out in a moment's notice. Pierce escapes the corner. Kick down low, taking Black up top. Powerbomb position, but Black's shots break the position and gets out to safety. He scoops up Pierce, but Pierce up and down. DDT escaping. That's the scrap daddy. Got a chance to put away Black. Hooks him up for a little spike pile driver. Cover here for Adam Pierce. 1, 2, through nearly. Black still in it. For the time being, that is. Pierce hooks him up. A spine buster. Referee distracted. But Pierce is having his way with Black. Hooks him up again for a spike pile driver. And the cover comes through. 1, 2, 3. In the blink of an eye, Pierce turns on the engine and puts away Black. 2 pile drivers and a spine buster. Enough to put Alistair to bed and unable to kick out. But this, bang, I thought that was lights out. The count, only good for the 2. And then our referee nonchalant about that turnbuckle being used. He then goes to fix it. But as that's happening, Pierce hits basically the combo to end the game. 1, 2, 3. Simple as that.
Here is your winner, Adam Pearce.
A massive win here for the Scrap Daddy. He's looking on fine form as he makes his underground debut.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall. Introducing first, from Las Vegas, Nevada, Zoe Stark.
Well, tag team action now in the women's division. And this is going to be an interesting one. Ludwig Kaiser, he's an interesting fellow in terms of being a general manager. Obviously, Eve Torres known for making stars settle and squash their beef in the ring against one another. Solo Sikoa has his bodyguards, those hitmen, to squash all defiance. Ludwig Kaiser's
And her partner from Boise, Idaho, Tori Wilson.
forcing former foes to team together. That's right, last week in the first Underground episode of New Regime, Wilson and Stark battled. A matchup that Zoe won. Tonight, they're teaming together. How this will work, we'll have to see, but Stark looks fired up, ready to work with her. Obviously tested beyond belief against one another, but tonight, it's a different sort of test. The tag champs are in the house.
And
They
their
mean
opponents,
business.
The undisputed women's tag team champions, Black Beach and Sarah Carey Tammy Havoc.
There's hate. They're here. Their first matchups in the Underground. And to be honest, it's a new, interesting concept that they've been brought in here. And it kind of leads me to believe that in the future, they're going to have quite a few appearances. Or whoever the tag champions are going to have several appearances. Facing people that are foes of one another. But as we say, the tag champions, they're starting to forge a legacy as a phenomenal team. Victorious in a matchup of the week contender on Tuesday night against Ivy Nile and Maxine Dupree. From what I have been told, they are touring all the shows, testing the teams, because as quote-unquote the tag champions, they sit across all three brands, and that's an interesting concept altogether. And from what I understand, obviously Freebird rules is a thing, so in some semblance of the terms, both AZM and Utami Hayashishita can randomly show up on all three brands, kind of like what happened with Fatal Influence, as Kiana James utilized that to great advantage to try and capture the Sapphire Championship away from Julia. There's the fact that JC and Jasmine Nix held the tag gold. As right now, Izzy not going to be here, nor is Utami Hayashishita, and could you imagine if the fact that like Momo or Seiya Kamitani got injured, per chance, forced to bring in a ringer to defend the belt, and Utami, the Red Queen, defending the championship alongside Momo. That could be insane if that were a thing to happen. But right now, you got a lot of faith into Kamitani and Watanabe to perform without backup, as comparative to Fatal Influence, obviously they find themselves on a different show away from Queen's Quest per se. Always a spinning heel kick, not going to connect there for Kamitani. Half and half from Zoe will connect though. But as I was saying, it's like I'm watching these teams kind of perform, or hate perform. They've certainly grown into a very solid lineup that are willing to take on all levels of competition. As from my understanding, with how the draft has worked out, the women's tag team division is very not stripped, but there aren't many teams across all the brands, and that's where it's like Fatal Influence and Queen's Quest really are wanting stars to kind of forge together new teams, new lineups in order to basically battle for the gold, because we can't just have, well, there only ever being 2 tag team champions or lineups as tag champions. There have been others, obviously Chelsea Green and Niven in Queen's Quest in terms of hate, as well as Fatal Influence. But coming into Fearless, where there will be a women's tag team eliminator, you've got to wonder who will be both Primetime and Underground women's tag team. And it's like, if Stark and Wilson are able to hang with the tag champions here, you got to feel they will be in the mix for that sort of position. That position still not easy to garner, as Stark has really absorbed a lot of punishment here from Kamitani. The axe kick connecting on point. Stark will trip up though Seiya. And well, the action back to its feet. Stark caught. Kamitani to punish. Irish whip putting Stark into Queen's Quest territory. Tag made. In comes Momo. Irish whip. Shoulder tackles launched into Stark. And Watanabe's first taste of big action. And she gets tripped. The boot caught and Stark gonna punish. Cover here onto Momo. It's a quick kick out for the tag champion. Another whip. It's Momo in trouble now as Wilson gets her first taste of proper action. And leaping shoulder tackles. It's almost like that's the only maneuver tag teams know how to do in tandem. But there's a face buster. Wilson connecting. And she's not done yet. Has Momo on the ropes, but there's a jawbreaker. The tag champ catches her, and Wilson catches Momo. A big DDT forces the Black Peach to the canvas, and the leaping double axe, well, that goes away to the wayside. Tag made, Momo hooking up for Seiya to deliver a gut punch. And, well, there's a little Kamigoya on the money. Wilson down for the cover, Stark in to break it up, but Seiya Kamitani having her way, and she's got Stark hooked up, angled and driven into the canvas. Phoenix Driver. But that's giving Wilson chance to punish. Scorpion Death Drop forces Sayer out to ringside. Big man Lennon unconcerned that, well, Zoe Starks is laid out. Stark will get back up, but it doesn't really matter because the action spilled to ringside. Kamitani unloading. Nice European uppercut. And this is where I would say Sayer needs to tag out. Receiving some heavy punishment from Wilson. Bring in Momo, bring in the Black Peach to finish the job, really. Irish Whip will return the tag champion to the ring as Wilson hooks her up. The scoop and running power slam. Gonna work into a cover as well. Only good for the one. The tag champions are quite fresh. But I would say it'd be beneficial for the tag regardless here for Kamitani. She's going to escape the head scissors. And take control again. Whip forcing Wilson to the corner. Tag made. This is what I needed. And it's going to be a heavy shot as well. Momo launched off the top. Shoulder tackle connects. Tori in trouble. Black Peach caught. Wilson, Irish Whip, sends Momo running. A drop down. Hey, how about a leapfrog? And oh, the big shot missing. And Momo's caught her for a little B. Driver! Crunching Wilson into the canvas. The cover's good for two. And there's not the win just yet. The B driver from Watanabe. Now some stiff shots. Statement making, but she is climbing here. I think that's a mistake because it gives Wilson an escape. Forearm smash though will force Stark to hit the canvas. And in comes Sayer Kamitani. We got a nice angle of the Black Peach. I should have said the Black Peach is Peach. Now Momo's fired up. And she unloads. Stiff shots. Drop kick down south. Takes out the knee of Stark. And Zoe in trouble here. Irish Whip reversed once more. She's trapped in the corner. Momo gonna make her pay. Charges in. Running knee. And the boot scrapes. Constant punishment from Watanabe. This is why she's tag champ. Tag made. Shot connects. Momo tossing into the wheelbarrow. Bang! DDT. Launching into the suplex. Hate connect. On a hateful maneuver. But it's Wilson there, able to break it up. Tag out, but look at Sayer. The shot's being called. Charging in, the big knee, not going to connect. Stark connecting. Waist control. Catch and release on the German. She has Sayer hooked up. But a roll through. Sayer into the cover. 1, 2, 3. 8. Secure the win. Stark blew all the energy. Exhausted. And could not kick out. As we see the replays, it was a very solid bout. Sayer connecting with the Phoenix Driver onto the illegal man Stark. Momo B driver then. Tori Wilson getting 2 count. And then this. It's just Stark blew all the energy. Roll up. Hard to get out that small package.
Here are your winners, Sarah Carey Tammy and Black Beach Havoc.
Does hate are victorious, and well, the random camera angles come through. See if there's more victories to come. in our next bout. Oh, yeah, man. It's time we whoop that trick. What?
Is scheduled for one
Oh,
fall. Making his way to the ring.
yeah.
Columbia, South
I
Carolina.
like it.
250
Yeah.
Trick Williams.
Let's go, Trick. I really don't know the ad-libs from Booker T, but it's shucky ducky quack quack time then. It's Trick Williams launching his career here onto the underground. It's hard to believe that he is a former tag team champion here in IPW alongside Javon Evans. Trick Bounce. In fact, Trick Bounce could reunite here inside the underground. Potentially a matchup next week. Well, that's not good. I'm afraid, Trick, I've got some bad news. There's a beast.
Accompanied by Paul Heyman from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 286 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
Who has been in need of some guidance. He's struggled as of late. Now looks to take over the underground with some backup in the form of Paul Heyman. He's got his advocate once more. And this advocate looks pretty pleased to be here. Seen him recently with Bron Breakker, but Breakker's also struggling without his manager, the advocate Paul Heyman, leading, providing much needed guidance against his opponents. Well, the crowd has a feeling Trick's going to be taking a short-term holiday to Suplex City. I'm inclined to believe they're correct with how this may go, as waist control already garnered for Brock. This could either be a German, it could be basically anything that involves tossing. Instead, it's a roll-up. Schoolboy pin. Kicked out of quickly. Brock taking early control and, well, mounting some punches. Never what you want to see. And, well, the blockers are gone from Williams' face. He's in trouble early. Lesnar locks up for a second time. And then, well, Williams wins out the trade on this lockup. Wrist control for Williams, going to result in then getting this clothesline takedown onto Brock. He's going after the arm. An interesting strategy here for Williams to target in the arm of Brock, but now the Beast on the third lockup, overpowering Williams into the corner. And there's a good shot for good measure. And German suplex number one. Cover for Brock. Gets the 1 count. As well, Paul Heyman's making himself known in this matchup. Tossed in a kendo stick, not going to have any effect, but does force the attention of the referee to be aware that he is there, and that keeps Miss Kim on guard and having to deal with Heyman as well as the Beast. Any number of dirty tricks can happen here. Brock might not even need them as he's just having his way with Trick right now. Hooks him up. Takes him up, powerbomb position, and a big numero uno. Keeps a hold for a second. And the third in the trifecta. Powerbombs connecting, and the cover comes through. Only good for the one, but Paul Heyman's already got involved again. He's removed the turnbuckle pad on the near side, as you can see on your screen. Williams tries for that tornado pump, get caught, and welcome to Suplex City. And as he is here, I can say it, biatch. Lesnar. I've not seen him like this in quite some time here in IPW. Reinvigorated, renewed, and on the offensive. Kimura locked in. Trick trapped center of the ring. Will he be able to escape this hold? As Brock's got it in, not that deep. He's not pushing back far enough. In fact, he is just going to relinquish the hold. Not what I expected to see. But it does mean Brock can go for other things, like another German suplex. Not going to happen this time as Williams pops him up. Stiff shot to the face. Lesnar in trouble. Caught. Standing ovation. The cover comes through, but Paul Heyman paying his dues, giving Brock the avenue to escape. There's the turnbuckle pad being fixed by our referee. And that's going to cost Trick. Or maybe not, as a trick shot connects. But once again, Paul Heyman getting involved. He's distracting Williams. Brock's getting a chance to recover here. Means that this cover cannot come through, and Brock's getting back to his feet. Williams, he's able to launch himself, but I've got a feeling Brock's going to be able to kick out now. 1, 2. Yeah, he's recovered enough to get out of danger. The trick shot, that lingering effect no longer there. Thanks to Heyman's involvement. His distraction keeping Brock in this battle. Leg caught. Brock. Irish whip. Sends Williams for a run. Williams gonna catch him. Finds carry. But escaping out the back. Brock fights out of the position. Lesnar hooks up Williams. Powerbomb position. He is very strong. He's just going to take him to the opposite side. And yeet! Swirly busting open Williams. Trick still able to fight out the corner though. He stops Brock's boots and launches himself to absolutely nothing. And Brock's going to launch him again. Suplex again. I believe that is number 5 in this matchup. Lesnar not done. I believe that's a stretch muffler. Locked in. Williams in trouble. Could be forced to tap from this hold. It's not going to happen. He kicks Brock's face to escape, but he's caught out the position up top for a little F5. Planted. Brock into the cover. 1, 2. Woo! No. Not the 3 just yet. Williams able to fight. Able to keep going as he lines up Lesnar. Brock staggered to his feet. The boot not going to connect. Brock's not going to connect. And this is Trick on the offensive. Catches Brock, but he eye rake. Lesnar escapes it. And Williams escapes Brock's follow-up. Trick. Tossed over the top. Brock staring him down. And the Beast's not going to fly. Instead, he's just going to chase. Boot caught. Williams trying to catch Brock. Bait him in. That's not going to happen. Twisting pump kick. Ooh. The leg of Williams getting hung up on that top of the apron. Not looking pretty, but he's still standing. And delivering some punishment to the Beast. Just constantly stomping. A count of 5. Brock brought to his feet. Tossed down south. Cameraman not very good on the angles. Williams back in the ring at 7. Heyman's getting involved here. Distracting Trick. Count of 9. Brock's slow to his feet. Will get back in before the 10. And he's caught with a trick shot. Williams into the cover. 1, 2. And the Beast kicks out. Still has fight left in him. The boot caught. Brock with a clothesline. And the Beast lying in wait, ready. Hits his own line. Fired up now. Maybe a little pissed off at what Trick's done to him. Embarrassed him. So he takes him up top. But no. Williams resilient. Escapes the F5. Hooks up Brock for a big standing ovation. Cover in again. The Beast down. Has Williams slayed the Beast? He has. I am lost for words. How Brock did not win this with Heyman in his corner. That shot on the money. Just Heyman's distraction not long enough gives Trick the chance to connect with this. First the trick shot, then the standing ovation. And the cover comes through. 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Trick Williams.
Simple and straight to the point. Williams victorious.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Underground Championship.
Well, last week, Kurt Angle defended his belt against a mystery opponent. And that turned out to be main event R-Truth, who did get the win. Unfortunately, it was via countout, meaning Kurt Angle remains champion. Tonight, Thea Hale will be defending against the Judgment Day's Roxanne Perez. The prodigy is here. Former Prospects champion, like Zarya. Obviously, a lot of interesting things involving that championship. Also a former television champion, I should point out, is Miss Perez. And she's looking for the trifecta, I guess. That's an important thing to know. 3 different mid-card championships, I guess you could call it 3. It's 2 technically, because it's 2 different mid-card championships on primetime. So going for the 3rd is on a different brand. Thea Hale, though, the champion. Home court advantage, I guess. Can she retain her championship. It's hard-ass to do in your first defense, but last week she was victorious alongside Julia in a tag team match, and I do know that next week it will be both Underground and Showdown champions facing off against one another. So the winner of this matchup will face Julia. But before we get to that, Microme has official championship introductions for this bout, which will decide said champion for next week.
Introducing the challenger from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez. And her opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Women's Underground Champion, Thea Hale.
Intro's out the way. The crowd seem to be behind Roxanne before the bell. As the belt handed over to our very blind official, Big Man Lennon. He lofts the title above his head as we are set. Ready for this one. Championship on the line. The winner will represent Underground at Fearless, and straight out the gates, La Mystica from Perez. This bout, it's two very short stars. I'm surprised to say it. Thea has got size advantage over Roxanne here. She also has waist control, now side headlock. Wrenching deep on it. And she's got Perez on her back, now up onto her belly, and the knees come in. Wingboard Cannonball not going to work. And Hale's feeling that. A little missed shot and well across body caught, and world's strongest backbreaker in for Perez. And could you imagine Roxanne becoming Underground champion? It would be a pretty impressive feat. Her first match in the Underground, becoming champion as Hale, Exploder Suplex. Obviously, Thea won the championship during the Prospects Cup. An interesting tidbit of facts there, where obviously Prospect Championship was won. And my record or recollection, it was won by Roxanne Perez. Kind of a funny fact, that. And if you think about it, during that entire tournament, Thea basically came in. She beat Sol Ruka in I believe round 1 of that tournament. Then got the title shot against Sol, won that matchup, and from there, Hale was able to defend the belt. I'm just going to check her record in the Underground. He had a 2-2 record. Was champion by beating Sol. Also to confirm, this is Roxanne's first match down here. Well, she's looking quite good. Running clothesline. And force Hale to go to the ropes. Back elbow from Thea. She tries to scoop up Roxy, but Roxanne out the back. And Thea's not someone to be trifled with. She's always willing to fight. Drops the elbow. on the money. Cover here as well for the champion. 1, 2. Kick out needed. Perez happily delivering it. Kick down south. Hale connects. Connecting big as well. Twisting into neck break, but the lights have gone out. That's China's music. What's she doing? New member of the Judgment Day? Question mark? Whatever it is, it's not going to work in Hale's corner. Exploder suplex. Tossing the 9th wonder of the world with ease. Last week, China victorious over Zarya. And now Hale has it locked in. Kimura in tight. Perez around and out the back. Escapes the hold. I got a feeling what China's just done has given Hale an opportunity to perform. But Roxy back in control. Cover good for only the 1. Perez again going for a cover. This time leveraging the middle rope for extra, well, pressure on the shoulders. And the same result happens. Wheelbarrow, though, coming through from Hale. Arm drag takedown. Headbutt attempted, but it's not going to work. Instead, it's Roxanne bringing her up and a big power bomb. It's always impressive seeing Roxanne deliver that maneuver. Obviously, the stature not favorable for powerbomb offense, and, well, delivering one there is pretty goddamn good for the Prodigy. Hale now. Irish whip. Connect around the world. Arm drag takedown. Boot caught though. Hale in trouble. Perez is grappled missing. Hale unloads some big stiff rights and then comes back with a DDT. Ebb and flow all around. And now looks to maybe put away Roxanne Perez. Pulls her to her feet and arm caught. Perez a stiff right. Escapes it. Down cross face locked in. Rope break called, I believe, by our official. And that's a weird one because Hale's nowhere near the ropes for me. Miss call from our official. Either way, Roxanne off the ropes. Hits the boots to the face. A drop kick on the money. Cover now for the former Prospects champion. They're going to become current Underground champ. Hale in trouble as Perez staring daggers into her. Kick connects for Thea and she's hooked up Roxy, but again the stiff right, and Perez catches her for a little pop rocks. Cover for Perez. 2, 3, and we have a new Underground champion. Well, Thea's reign comes to an end rather abruptly. It is, well, her first defense in a long time ends in misery, as we've got a 3-time champion on our hands in the form of the Prodigy. Is this up and down with the pop rocks? The cover follows suit for the 3.
Here is your winner and new Women's Underground Champion, Roxanne Perez.
Well, that means that next week, in the build-up to Fearless, champions collide. Will be Perez versus Julia, Cody versus Angle. But for me tonight, thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on Tuesday for prime time.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big